I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
I'm president of the Homeowners Association.
Baking soda. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women.
Man School 202. Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.
Hey, yo. GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, What Would Dante Do? The Sexual Revolution being podcasted. What's popping, y'all? With the deal. What up, Hal? You good?
Oh, man. Doing good. Happy New Year, bud.
Same to you, bro. Pun, you good?
Yes, sir. Happy New Year, man.
Yeah.
Dom, you in the building?
You already know.
I heard that.
Starting off the New Year right.
Absolutely.
By the way, I have a bone to pick with you. Regarding my New Year's, I spent my New Year's doing a gig up in Massachusetts. So last week, we discussed a theory. Caller came in, and they said, hey, man, it's hard finding women. I'm in a small town. And you said there's hotties in every town. No matter what. If there's one hottie, you go grab that hottie. I'm going to tell you, after my New Year's gig up in Massachusetts.
What part of Massachusetts?
I don't want to say. They're nice people. They're nice folks, but it's in the middle of nowhere.
I want to know now.
It wasn't Boston. It wasn't Worcester. It wasn't West Haven. It wasn't Newbury, home of John Cena, 17-time world champion.
Okay.
It was none of those. And I was there.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. Your theory is wrong. There may be one hottie, maybe, and you got to get him early.
Maybe she didn't come to the show.
Maybe she didn't, but her friend, somebody should have.
Maybe she was tired from New Year's.
Listen, I'm telling you that I'm giving a very lenient on the term hottie as well. And some places, they don't got the hotties, okay? And if there's one, the one girl who was really hot, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm being very, 7, she was at the peak of her youth, and she's a 7.
Yeah.
She got another 3 months.
3 months?
3 months.
Out of there.
And even if you want her, you got to get her early.
Yeah. You got to
They're all with the high school
be on the
sweetheart.
football team.
You got to get them freshman year.
Yeah.
As they're doing orientation.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got nothing in that town. So that's it. That's my feelings on it.
I still think it's something there.
Yeah, I think in all fairness, you can't evaluate a whole town on a show out to one gig.
I can and I did. I can and I did. And then I also evaluated based on who was out and about during the daytime the next day.
So you're saying you did some deep research?
I feel like it. I've also feel like this is a very common experience in Middle America or whatever.
You immersed yourself in the ugly Americans. That's what you did.
So I'm just saying, some of these towns, they don't got it.
A lot of filthy animals out there.
I don't know where the youth go. They get out quick, I think, nowadays. They're not.
Now, were the guys comparable? I'm not saying that you was looking, but
let's be objective here. Not really. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't great selection.
That was a test. I'm glad you didn't just answer right away.
Yeah.
You had to think about it. You had to.
I mean,
if you'd have been like, "Oh God, there's no hot guys there,"
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
Yeah.
I don't like men no more. I said I like women. I said women.
That's what I was doing on the dance floor after my set was done to close out, to let everybody know.
Yeah.
To let all the potential ladies know I lay the pipe.
All right, cool.
So, yeah, it's I've been to a couple small towns, and that's the vibe out there. It's not all
right.
Yeah,
it's
hard. Not a lot of selection.
Pun, you travel every once in a while for gigs, right? Every once in a while.
Yeah, I used to travel all the time, man.
And you can find a little something out there.
See, but we doing the male strip.
Yeah, so we bringing out the best of the best.
Yeah, all the girls in the town.
The best of the best.
Yeah, so it's gonna be something.
Yeah, but that's not the same demographic for a stand-up comedy show.
Fair enough.
They're sending out APBs. There's a radar going around. You got 5 towns coming to that one thing. And that's the best of the 5 towns.
That's the best of the 5 towns.
Yeah.
You're cutting out everything. That's the pure. That's the concentrate.
Pun, ugliest town you ever went to. What is it?
Sumter, South Carolina.
Wow.
Sumter. Wow.
Yeah,
Scarce.
Yeah, the cutest girl. She came up. She was like, "My name 24 Carat." She had a gold toothpaste.
Oh, boy.
She was proud of that gold toothpaste.
I mean, she made
nails done with it. Nails done.
I didn't get that far.
It was fixated on the toofus.
My name 24 Carat.
Ugliest town I have ever been to is a friend of mine moved up there. He was working in radio, and it wasn't him and his wife. They were fine. Mm-hmm. They shouldn't have been there. Richmond, Indiana. Indiana. I mean, that place was. Those people were ugly. Aesthetically and emotionally.
Really?
Like, it was just like
usually those
angry.
towns are the towns that sound like they would be good, like Rome, New York.
Oh yeah, this
like Paris,
Texas.
New Jersey.
Yeah. See, no, you don't. You're taken after. You shouldn't be naming yourself after one of the great cities, the great empires. Rome. It's like, oof, it's rough. But Indiana was pretty rough. Those people were sad. You go to the supermarket, it was depressing.
Yeah, Indiana's rough. Indiana was really poor. It was closed for a while. They closed it for like 6. They was only open on Monday to Thursday. Then they
shut it down.
Shut it down. The traffic lights don't work. Nothing.
Oh, boy.
You got to cross the street, look
was
both
rough.
ways, everything.
Miss Indiana was a Clydesdale horse. That was Miss Indiana. It was a rough town.
Good-looking
place.
Clydesdale horse, don't know.
Well, it was a Republican Clydesdale horse. The runner-up
damn
was
it. Damn it.
was a Democrat. Was the
Damn
one that
it.
voted for Obama.
We got to get y'all, the fans out there, first and foremost, send me some money. How about that? I need some money. We got to get y'all laid. You got to get everybody laid because the world's about to end. We're about to do World War III. So,
What are you talking about? We're expanding. Things are great in America. We got
yeah,
the 51st state, Venezuela. We got a new state.
Getting ready to go for Greenland.
Yeah.
Mexico. We're
Canada,
taking over
you had your
Mexico.
opportunity, man. Canada, you had your chance. You had your chance. You could have been the 51st state. Now you're not even going to be 53.
Mexico and Cuba. He's going. Yeah. So you know how they say, poor people fight the wars of rich white men, huh? Holla. Yeah. I had a little situation when I was thinking today. Not today, but I've been thinking about this for a while, and I really realized that I used to get I still do. I'm not gonna lie. I used to get very frustrated with people. So we're here teaching and trying to, lift people up, and I realized that I had to really understand that there's a lot of people who just don't when people say common sense. No such thing, my friend.
It's not common.
No, common sense ain't common. If it was, everybody would be doing it. What I find is that I used to get really angry and frustrated when I'm trying to help, I'm trying to lift somebody up, and I'm going, all you got to do is just the bus is coming, just step. Can you just step 2 feet to the left? And they I don't. I'm staying here. And what I realized, this was really a situation where I've told people things over and over and over and over and over, and just have a really hard time making adjustments. And I think they make the difficult thing about making adjustments is that you as the teacher have to understand that fear is such a paralyzing thing that it will stop you from moving. It literally is debilitating. And there's something I always say this, and that fear exists between the time that the opportunity is presented and how long it takes you to access the opportunity. Basically, when an opportunity is presented to you, the longer you take to access that opportunity, the more difficult it becomes to access the opportunity. The longer you wait, the fear rises until it becomes debilitating. But this is something that I also realized this weekend. There are people do not always have the capacity to add 1 and 1 to make 2. And you think that they're being, stubborn or whatever, or just not listening. But a lot of times it's not that. It's that they do not have the ability to step up and make the change.
Now, would you say that makes them dumb if they can't do 1 + 1 = 2? Are you suggesting, hey, they're just dumb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes dumb, sometimes afraid, sometimes insecure. And I realize it's something about me. I have to have the deference to understand that just because it's common and easy for me, that it's not going to be easy for someone. I usually have that,
Ability.
That ability. I usually
But how much do you let go? Because to what end do you go? They don't have the ability to do this, or they don't have the they don't have the ability to do this stuff. Like, if I don't know something, we've had conversations where I don't know something, and then I start making a point, and then I retract my point because I said, well, actually, I see why they did that. Blah blah. In the mid conversation, I'm able to do that.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing. that's a situation where you don't know, but you're in the process of you're stream of conscious. You're forming your thing. Even if you have an opinion on something, and you're forming the opinion and you're thinking about it, like you're having a conversation in good faith with the even though you know, like this is what your representation is, this is what you feel, you are in a situation where you're willing to take new information in and grow. And I realize, big shout to Xavier. You're always on point, bro. I don't never have to worry about this. Shout out $10 from Xavier on the Cash App. Thank you, brother. You have to be in a situation where you got to recognize what the problem is, why somebody can't step forward. And I think sometimes you can take a different approach and then maybe get them there. But if your assumption is that they are just being stubborn or just not listening or just, I think it frustrates you. And then as through your frustration, you become an ineffective teacher. And I'm realizing this more and more. I was thinking about, you know what, and I'm gonna tell you what brought this up.
Okay.
So yesterday last week we were doing the podcast, we were doing the lives, and I haven't spoke to my nephew in
Years.
Several years. Has to be more than. So he never.
It's been so long. Trump was president.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been.
Well, my son. Here's what the thing that really, it was before my son was born.
So your son was.
So he never saw my son. My son. So
Yeah.
my son's 6, and it was before that because I think what bothered me really, like as, and I mean you're kind of going through this now where your family is kind of in shambles.
Sure.
You know, it's falling to pieces.
Yeah.
And I would say that it was probably already in shambles.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But you still had hope that it was going to be different, or maybe didn't think, maybe you didn't see. Let me not talk for you. Let me ask you.
I grew. See, what it is more not so much that I had hope for anything. I grew up with an understanding or a thought that my family was difficult because they were immigrants, and I chalked a lot of bad behavior up to like, oh, this is just immigrants. But you know, as I realized as I've gotten older, everybody else Americanized. Mm-hmm. Right? And so at some point you go, well, no one else in my family is doing this. This is no longer an immigrant mentality.
Well, you also don't know that because you're not on the inside of people's...
You deal enough with people to get a concept of like the conversations. I mean, just things like my father...
I would push back on that, and I don't know for sure, but I would say that because nobody would think that you were going through the things that you were going through. Even your own family members.
No. Some of them don't even know it. They don't even
Still
understand
don't know.
And that's fair. Look, I don't know everybody's, but I can base it on like the mentality, the conversation, how people deal with, you know, certain things, how they live their life. You know, all of my family, they work hard. On my dad's side in particular.
Yeah.
They work hard and then they, you know, buy things, enjoy life. They go out and stuff. Everything with my father was like, this is nonsense. No. Everything was no with him. Anyway, we're getting off the beaten track with my dad. I didn't have a hope that it would get. I mean, I just was trying to. There were good times with my dad, but I didn't realize that those good times also came because I was doing out of obligation. It was the good times were there because I was helping him out and doing all his dirty work for him,
right,
and putting stress on my plate. And that's what it didn't occur to me. So I was always trying to get back to the good times with my father, but I didn't realize that it was abusive and manipulative, and that he was using me. Almost for labor, for lack of a better term.
So here's what I would say. I wouldn't call you stupid, but I mean, when it came to that, you were not knowledgeable about this. I mean, you lived it, and you never really came to that conclusion in the first place. So you at least didn't have that understanding. See, what I see, and this is me just stepping back, watching your
progression.
growth, your personal growth, you have this kind of thing where you forget. I think sometimes you forget what it was like before, and now you have this ability to kind of look at things and kind of judge and.
I don't forget what it was like before. I just didn't see it for what it is.
Well, this is my point.
Like if my dad would be yelling and screaming, I would just be like, he's a guy who's under a lot of stress.
Right, but that's the same thing I'm saying. I'm saying you didn't see that it was. I mean,
saw it.
I
saw it.
What I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you're in it and you don't.
Yeah, like you gotta kind of step out of it to really form a perspective because it's skewed when you're right in the middle. It's like when you get out of a relationship.
Yeah.
Like a dating somebody. You see it differently once you remove yourself.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But,
and now I think that your perspective is different in the way that
you want to hear a new one that this motherfucker did?
What's that?
I was in my grandfather's facility, right? So this is the only time me and my dad talk is communicating with my grandfather. I was leaving.
So let me just say, your grandfather's how old now?
99.
99, and he's in a facility.
He's in a
now.
facility.
Right.
Shouldn't be. That's up for debate, but he should. But he's there because of my dad. So I said, I'm leaving. I go, hey, we have a little table salt for him because he likes his food a little salty, whatever. And I said, hey, bring some salt for him. I come back like a day or two later. I'm going to find the salt, and I pull out a bottle of Cialis, Cialis container. What the fuck is this? It's definitely not my grandfather's. Why would my dad?
So you think?
It's definitely not at 99.
Right,
It'd be weird. Like I'm. You're breaking down the thing. This is probably statistically, this is not my grandfather since he's been bedridden in this hospital.
He didn't put the salt in the Cialis thing, did he? He did. He put salt in the Cialis with the Cialis residue.
No.
Wow.
I'm not gonna put it on camera because it has all his information in there. That's it. I go, what is this? Please tell me no. Please tell me no. There can't be. He can't be the stupidest man alive. I open it up. There's salt in there. He put table salt
in the Cialis.
In an empty Cialis bottle. And so I had to text him. I go, you couldn't find any other fucking container that you had to use your dick pill containers to put this table salt in it? And because he's just like, he's defending, I didn't put my dick in it. Don't worry about it. And then I go, you're just a classless animal. And then I just stopped.
Yeah.
Because he's the stupidest human being alive. And I still to this, this is the confusing thing. He would do shit like this. And I don't understand why. Like, is it to fuck with me?
I don't.
I know immigrants will put things in different containers.
Oh, sure,
I get
they
that.
Use a coffee
we do
can
it all the time. That's fine.
Margarine butter thing.
Shit, we'll do it at Christmas time.
Yeah.
We don't have a box. You open up your T-shirts in a box of Cocoa Pebbles or whatever. But like, there's no level of shame. Like, nobody, first of all, wants to.
First of all, here's what a lot of times you have the Cialis dust.
Well, yeah, that's another part. Where I go,
that's
there could
the
be
thing. That's the
residue in
first
there.
thing that I thought that you.
That's why I took it with me.
Who knows what kind of dust is in there? And then his blood pressure goes up because he's fucking.
That's one level of thought. The second level isn't it kind of embarrassing for the nurses to see the third? Him and I have the same fucking name, so isn't it embarrassing if they think it's me? Isn't it embarrassing that your son sees it? Like, or
he don't care.
He doesn't care. He's a maniac. He's out of his mind. I'm sorry, that took us off the road. That just happened, so I wanted you to know about it.
Yeah. Grandpa might be going heavy on them French fries.
I know. Either that or he's like, oh man, I love this food. I don't know. I feel great.
Jesus, is it hot in here?
I mean, that's the best case scenario.
You're like, Grandpa, why you look so rosy? Why is your nose red?
I don't know.
Rudolph with the red nose. So
I
bright.
feel like I'm 93.
Y'all saw Road Trip?
I haven't seen that in years.
Trip?
Yeah, you must have seen Road Trip.
Which one was this?
Kids trying to
got
lose
the
his
old dude in
virginity.
the living room. He's watching the video. He sees Silas.
Oh, yeah.
Walking around the living room, knocking stuff off.
Yeah, I mean.
But anyway, just the level of stupidity that I'm dealing with.
But I also feel like you see it different. Like you're seeing people. I think you're seeing people in a different way.
I'm seeing people in a different way, and I'll tell you what happened. Also, is I left like I got into shit with my father, and I still saw him, but I left in around like 2007, 2009 to be on my own. And during the pandemic, I came back from circumstances. You know, I wanted to. My lease was up. Let me stay with you for a while. I was seeing a girl on the West Coast, so I don't want to rent an apartment. Let me keep my stuff, sleep on your couch for a couple weeks, and then blah blah. And it was when I moved back in with him, and I spent more time with him, and then I moved back to the same town. That's when I started seeing more. And now I'm an adult, and now I have a different perspective because of everything you taught me.
Yeah.
Now it's completely different because now I'm looking out for people taking advantage of me.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it would be, it was really more like relationships and coworkers. And then with the same skills, though, my radar started going off with my dad.
Yeah, yeah.
I go, this fucking guy's taking advantage of me. So that's what happened. Anyway,
We got to
take a call.
Let's
Go
go.
back to it.
Yo, what's your name? Where you calling from, family? Hello?
Yeah.
What up? Who am I speaking with?
Yo, my name is Jay. You heard? Damn, I'm talking to the big Dante. You heard?
What up, Jay? Where you calling from, fam?
Pause. I can't call you the big Dante on air. That's
fine.
crazy.
It's fine. I'm 300 pounds. Ain't nobody gonna fight me. I don't pause. I don't play the pause game, because I'm so far from fucking dudes. I don't think it's necessary. So I don't even.
I'm from Harlem.
Nigga,
I don't have a choice.
Bro,
You gotta
old heads never used to play the pause game. Old heads never used to play the pause game, but y'all could play them.
Yeah, I guess so. How can I help you, Jay?
Yo, would you like an intern?
A what? An intern?
An intern?
Where do you live?
Or like a social. I'm from the Bronx, but I did social media for like Taxstone when he was coming up in Combat Jack.
Oh, word!
Like
Tax is my man,
Word.
Tax,
Okay,
Tax did the show.
Yeah, from I used to help like set up the cameras and
this?
do like little
Taxstone.
social media stuff.
Oh, yeah, Taxstone.
And Combat Jack was my dog, because Combat Jack was, Combat Jack was like Jay-Z's lawyer. He was all the hip-hop dudes' lawyer.
Exactly.
He went to Stony
tell
Brook.
people do their homework.
Yeah, he went to Stony Brook, became a lawyer, and he was all them rap he was like their first lawyer. But Tax was a Brooklyn stick-up kid. Where is he still around or no? I haven't seen him or heard from him.
Bro, Tax got
I know he got
booked,
locked.
Brody.
Yeah, he got locked up with that Troy Ave shit, right?
Exactly. He's still dealing with that shit.
He's still locked or no? He's still up north?
Yeah, he's still Rikers.
Shit,
Rikers, right?
And Combat Jack passed away, no?
Combat passed away with family and the whole shit. Funny thing, I'm gonna tell you how you know Tax, right? You know.
Yeah, I remember.
So the thing, what was crazy for me about Tax was a street dude, like straight stick-up kid, right? And all of a sudden, podcasting started happening, and Taxstone, he was talking to people, and because he was so authentically a Brooklyn dude, right? His podcast blew up. And he was traveling all over the world, man, Australia and England and stuff. I mean, well, because how long did you work with him?
I worked for him like 2 years, basically until he got booked.
So he actually did our podcast, came to my house and did our podcast, and I kept in contact with him. But the crazy thing about that is what I was trying to say to him at the time. It's funny because we're talking about evolving. I admired him so much because of the fact that he came from this street shit, right? Where you got guys who don't think that there's any other opportunity to move forward, right? And he started talking for a living, like literally, and made a living and was making some nice. I mean, he was making good dough and traveling all over the world and everything. And I remember calling him, just checking on him, and he was in London. And I just was like, man, you don't even understand how dope it is that other stick-up kids, other, Brooklyn dudes, Bronx dudes who are, in that life, right, can look at him as an example and go, yo, I could do something else. Do you know what I mean? You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro.
So, Yeah, but he couldn't. But this is the funny thing. But he couldn't change the mentality. Do you know what I mean? Like if he thought somebody was a sucker, it was like poison ivy for him. Like he just, and it was like you have a whole life that you don't have to be in that life no more. You know what I'm saying? He was making great dough and everything and traveling, but he couldn't shake the programming. But yeah, I mean, Jay, this will do. You don't have a question. You just wanted to know if we needed an intern.
No, I got a girl question as well.
All right. Well, here before you hang up, do me a favor, Dom, take Jay's number down before we shut down. So even after the call is over, right? I want you to Jay's gonna pick up and take your number down, and we'll talk about it. We'll see what we can do. See if we can.
Yo, thank you so much for that, Dante. That's crazy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no doubt. What's your question, family?
I had this girl that I was dealing with. She was my girlfriend and shit. But like, I was basically wondering if y'all ever, had experience with a girl that was bad luck, bro. Because this was like the first girl that I really took serious. And my cars like started crashing when like she was in the car and shit like that. Like stupid shit started happening.
What kind of car was it?
Like my BMW and shit.
What kind of car was it?
What kind? It was a BM.
Oh, it was a BM. It's none of the crazy ones though.
What year?
A little fun BM.
What year?
Shit, 15.
Did you change the oil every 5,000 years? 5,000?
Nigga, what the fuck?
There's no such thing as bad luck.
I don't think there's anything I really don't think there's such a thing as bad luck.
You might make bad choices in life.
You make
like
bad choices.
Getting a car you can't afford that you have to upkeep, or
But was she a problem? Was she putting voodoo on you? Was she hexing you or something?
That's what I'm saying, bro. She was one of them like one of them crazy like Bronx bitches, bro. So it's just like she was just like she was a thought. First of all, she was a whore. First of all, second of all, I think she really was
God
bad
bless
luck.
her. Can we get a moment of silence?
Every old head I speak to. Yeah, my fault.
We get a moment of silence for the thoughts in the world. No. All right, let's go. Go ahead, continue. But you just had bad luck and stuff?
It's not bad luck. You're describing somebody who was awful, and you made a bad choice by sticking with somebody who was awful. Maybe you didn't know any better yet. You're still learning, watching the show, but you tolerated a lot of crap. You acknowledging that she was a thought and that she's crazy. Like, that's not bad luck. That's just bad decisions and
choices.
It creates problems.
He said she was a whore. That's why he stayed.
Yeah. She had you twisted up, had your toes curled, and you didn't know what to do. Yeah. And you was like, this just creates problems. And you was like, it's probably
what was
me.
Some of the other quote-unquote bad luck you had with her around?
I'm gonna try to put it in order. So basically, I picked her up to bring her to school or whatever, and some dude like scratched my car. Like I could tell it was kind of like purposeful. So I wasn't thinking much about it. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm a dumbass. Maybe I'm.
Nah, you know what that is. You fucking somebody girl.
Yeah.
She fucking somebody, and you got that's the first
or
one.
Or you're picking her up from the house in the project or whatever.
Or you in the PJs. You
everybody else wants to fuck her.
In the PJs, every girl is they girl.
Yeah, you show up with
don't be coming around here fucking with our girls. And she don't want no part of them motherfuckers. But she's like, yo, you know how many times I spent the night in the Bronx or fucking Harlem and came down and had a brick sitting on my car seat. Some dude was like, oh, there go that nigga car. Bosh. But one thing I always say, I'd rather be the dude with the brick in the car and the pussy than the dude without the brick in the car.
That ass.
But it just sounds like she was like the circumstances that came with her. It just brought on all these bad decisions, and then you trying to keep it going, you trying to keep the plate spinning, and the dice trying to keep the dice rolling, and you can't because it's just there's all these bad circumstances. You feel what I'm saying?
I see what you mean. I got a New York dating question, kind of. My fault. I'm not
Sure.
Okay, so basically, in order to not find a thought, I would have to go like upstate New York.
Nah, there's thoughts
right?
upstate. It's thoughts everywhere.
Thought is not a place, a location. It's a state of mind, man. You can find a thought. You could find a thought if you look hard
Although if
enough.
there was Thought USA, I would get a condo there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You would run for Congress in that your district.
I would run for governor.
Yeah.
At least alderman. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, no, it's just good women everywhere, bro, and there's trash women everywhere. The thing is that you have to have the open-mindedness not to be thinking with your dick and not to be this is why we say never let emotion have a seat at the table. You know, we've all been with that cutie that we knew was a problem, and because, you know, that ass was popping, we was like, I can overlook this. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, men, women alike, we do it the same. It's you know, I mean, you know, look at Trump, look at the president. Melania fucking hooked up with Trump. This nigga had 3 divorces. He cheated on every one of his wives, and Melania mad. Now you mad? How you mad? That dude buried his wife in the golf course. So so he didn't have to pay taxes, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you thought you was gonna have a good relationship? I think you gotta start. How old are you?
I just turned 30.
You gotta understand that man, it's just things happen where just the wisdom that you take, and it's funny because this is relevant to what we're talking about. Your ability to take in the wisdom and look at what, and you know, what is that? You gotta be in a situation where you look at things. You can't buy a house based on what it's going to be worth next year, 10 years from now, or 10 years ago. You got the appraisal price is what it is now. And it's just, that's where the ace comes in, where the authenticity comes, the honesty. You got to be honest with yourself. You know, and I'm quite sure if you look at this chick, back in this chick, there were clues that there were things. I mean, well, you called her a thought, so you knew. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, you're saying my girl was a thought. Like, how does that work out? Do you know what I mean? Like, in what scenario does that work out good? You feel me?
What you know what's crazy is, like, I followed everything that you said and it worked to a T. That's why, like, bro, it got that far, bro. But like, it's almost like I did it for the wrong girl. Like, that's what I'll do. I'll let a girl.
Oh, this was for. Like, you were listening to me when this was going down.
Yeah, I wrote down everything, Brody. Don't lie, because then you look like a rapist.
Yeah.
Don't comfort without.
I don't know if I said exactly that. But don't lie. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, dog, Jay, you gotta, you know, your sophistication in which you look at people, it changes. Like this, what I was just saying about Harry, that it's you know, I've watched him grow 20 almost 25 years now, and it's weird because now he's like, oh, I just feel like that, and I'm like, nah, Harry, that's not. No. That would, those things you would have overlooked, and the things that bother you now are just because you're catching it earlier, and you're not willing to put up with it. You know?
Sure.
And anybody is subject to that, man. I mean, we all are in a situation where sometimes, you know, we're human, and so, you know, we fall off the wagon sometimes. It don't matter. You just pick up the pieces. You know, as long as you're trying to be better. It don't matter. I have situations where I've dated women and I've given them advice, right, that is clearly going to help them in their business and their endeavors just because I've been there. And they'll fight me because they're afraid to confront the people that are being disrespectful sometimes. You know, like, it's easier to fight me or argue with me because you know you're safe with me. But the people who are really the culprits, you ain't gonna give them the business like you give me.
Because it's easier to fight with you, and that's it. It's easier to try to fight with you so that you say no.
Because I'm not gonna hurt them anyway.
Right.
No matter what. I mean, you know,
there's no consequence. You don't want to fight with your boss because you're worried about getting fired, but you would fight with me.
Let me tell you something. Me and Harry have gone through that, where I was yelling at him about something, and he was like, "The fuck you?" And I'm like, "Dog, I don't." But you know, Harry would, "Yo, my bad about that."
Yeah,
you know. So
I'll admit I was wrong. I've been wrong.
It happens,
couple
and I ain't
occasions.
mad at you because you
No,
was.
I know.
I don't, because I know where it comes from. It comes from fear. You know what I'm saying? It comes from fear and insecurity, and that manifests itself in a lot of different ways. And what you don't want to, you always want to be in a situation where you're making decisions because you have an objective and you've already worked out what is the outcome you're trying to get to, and how your actions are going to get there. You feel me?
Let me ask you a question. What was the final straw that caused you to break up with her where you're like, just, this bitch is crazy? What, out of all the things, like what was the thing where you're like, all right, this is it?
Okay, so basically I totaled. So that BMW that got scratched when I was dropping off to school,
Yeah.
that shit got totaled. That shit got totaled like a week ago when I moved her in. I moved her closer, like into my house, basically.
Uh-huh.
And then it just that shit just got totaled and shit.
And then you broke up with her?
Yeah.
You broke up with her because
No.
was she in the car when the car got totaled?
Yeah, she was in the car and she didn't even like snitch to the boys or nothing. Like she was just like, nah, we wasn't driving fast, blah, blah, blah. But basically, long story short, then after that I got a new whip, and then I was driving with her in that John, bro. And
Now, you got the need for speed or something? That's what's up?
I mean, yeah, no, I do look up to my son Paul Walker a little bit, but
All right,
let me
I'm
see,
saying, here's my thing then. So, were you doing that in a way? Did she like when you drove fast, or when you turned up? Did she dig that?
yeah, no, we both like car crazy, but
All right,
that's not even.
But that's exactly the thing. It's like, what are you doing? Like, y'all are both car crazy, but I'm saying you're doing this to impress this girl. Even though I'm not saying you don't like it, but you're doing something instead of protecting your investment. You feel me?
I see exactly what you mean. I was thinking that as well. I'm just saying, like, before that, even, like, just her living in our house, like, stuff used to break, like, just, like, random vases started breaking. Like, nigga, she used to...
Because you spent all your money on it. It's
You
because you
wildin'.
spent all your money on that racing car and then not in your house.
Yeah, I'm a super logical dude. I just don't believe in. I don't believe in spirit or spirituality or crystals or I don't believe. If you want me to believe in something, you gotta have evidence to say this is the situation. And if not that, I'm chalking it up for coincidence. But I think when you look at upon a deeper exploration, right? It's always a situation where it's always explainable. Do you know what I mean? If you really look at it. I mean, if you look back at you're 30 now, right? You look back at any situation that you had a rough time with or any chick that you dated, I mean, you there was always something to tell you that was going to happen. Am I right?
You're right, because when we point out the fact that we was, like, driving crazy, I mean, of course, like, that comes with it, but yeah, I mean, there's no buts about that, really.
Doug, I'll tell you a quick story, and I'm gonna send you over to Dom to give him your number, right? I used to drag race on Fountain
You gotta
Avenue.
have the race part.
Yeah, I used
You
to
can't just
drag.
go, I used to drag.
I used to drag race. I'm not doing the pause game. I'm not from Harlem, so. But I used to drag race. I had a fucking Mitsubishi. What the fuck was it? Mitsubishi Starion, bubble flares, turbo. Remember my red joint? Yeah, and I used to do donuts and all kinds of shit. But I would, you know how you driving and you whipping and you just slapping the change signals, like clack, 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 clack. You slapping that.
Okay.
And I slapped it once and it broke, right? And I was like, fuck, right? And then somebody said, you could. So I went to try to get the part from the Mitsubishi dealer. It was like a G for the whole, because you had to get the whole arm. And then you could go to a junkyard and get it. Even in the junkyard, it was like $700 for the fucking the gear changer, because you had to get the whole arm and the column and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all the times when I was just, digging in like blah blah, slap, left, right. I was slapping that thing.
Slapping again? What is this?
I mean, I was the gear changer.
On the
Slap, 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 and it broke because I was rough with it. And then I remember having to shell out $1,200 for it because I had to get it in there. And I was like, now when you watch me in the Benz, I am I would use the word gingerly, because all that shit is gonna cost you in the long run. When you reckless with, I'm not saying I don't enjoy the car. I'm just saying I don't want to spend extra shit, you know. And you mature and you start to navigate problems that you couldn't navigate before. Do you know what I mean? Like even you, like the you know how you talk about how heavy your car, your Benz is heavy, and you got the low profile tires, and I was like, and you got the AMG,
Yeah.
and if you got the AMG was the 5.
What? Well, you talking about the Ford?
The white
yeah,
one.
The 580. The 580.
He got the big Benz. You got the big Benz, but Doug, he's got the low profile tires. If he hit a pothole,
Yeah,
he
I
said,
never do low
he said, if
profile
I
again.
hit a pothole, I'm gonna flatbed
Facts.
because the car's so heavy. You just mature and you grow up and you learn to navigate life differently so that you don't make no mistakes. You feel me? And it's never ending, Jay. There's always a situation. You look baffled. What's going on?
No,
What's
I'm not
on-
baffled.
Oh,
No.
the or like you wanted to say something. No?
No, I was. It wasn't. I used to have low profile tires. I hated them. It wasn't. I withdrew. It was an unnecessary comment. It adds nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
But I hated it. I hated it. So I stopped doing it.
Yeah, because it gives you better traction, but if you hit a pothole,
You got to replace the tire every time.
and the rim sometimes.
And I don't even care about the traction. I just like the way it looked. I'm
Yeah.
doing it strictly for aesthetics.
Yeah. So, but I remember buying that piece, and that was the last time I was rough with my car. You know.
And let me just add something real quick, brother. Remember, Dante preaches ACE. The A stands for accountability.
Well, authenticity,
Oh, I'm sorry.
credibility.
Yeah, credibility. Yes, credibility. Yeah. So when you start blaming your chick for things going wrong,
That
where
you
there's
did.
other obvious reasons
Yeah.
why it happens, you, that's not the most credible way to move.
And you're gonna keep making those mistakes because you haven't found it out.
And just in fairness, bro, I used to do exactly the way you did it, man. Like back in the day, if a girl asked me for a ride, and on the way there I hit a pothole and got a flat, I knew that this girl's bad luck. I should have never. Yeah, it was one time I was arguing with a girl, man. I'm arguing, and we in stop and go, and I'm mad, whatever, and I rear-ended the car in front of me, and I broke up with her. Now, I shouldn't have been arguing with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely my fault. I'm driving. She home. But I did the same thing. Nah, she bad luck. I got to get away from her. So I'm listening to him like, man, this dude is taking me back.
You got to
I did
get
the
out of that
same
mentality
thing.
because otherwise you're going to spend the rest of your life
You're gonna
with
spend
that
the rest
mentality at work.
fixing your
and-
car.
Not even just that, but like at work or whatever. I got bad luck. Like
Yeah.
you didn't have bad luck. You woke up 15 minutes late. No, I got bad luck because the car, old lady pulled out in front of me, fucking bitch. Otherwise, I would have been here on time. Like, I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's not a way to live life. So you got to get this bad luck shit out of your head.
Take responsibility.
There's no bad luck. You create your own luck. Listen, there are things that don't work out in life. That's coincidence, but that's not bad luck. That's not voodoo. That's you put yourself in places. That's it.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't blame everything on that.
So this is, Jay, is that good? That make sense to you?
Nah, that's 100% right, buddy. I understand. Yo, I wanted to say shout out to my son with the dick surgery. You
Yeah. All right.
Pun. I
Yeah,
think he's
yeah.
talking to you, Pun. I hope
Yo,
so.
my man. You got to do what you got to do, homie.
Yo, Dom, get that number. Don't hang up, Jay.
I already got it written down.
Okay. All right. Cool. Jay. All right. So I'll hit you up later on this week. All right.
Yo, definitely. Thank you for the call, bro.
All right, family fit. Chill. Yeah, so it was funny because I was saying.
Oh, somebody pointed out in the commentary, right? Somebody goes, "Oh, this shit was sad about Paul Walker."
Yeah.
But Paul Walker didn't take classes with that car. Like the car, somebody pointed out they offer classes when you bought.
He was negligent.
He was not negligent, but he wasn't experienced, and he was driving around. It was just like you go poor. Like that's not bad luck. It's you're racing a car, and I'm not shitting on him. It's sad.
Yeah.
But also, you can't chalk that up to bad luck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's you're racing in a car on the highway, and in a car that you're not professionally experienced to drive
and
on a racetrack.
you don't know what somebody else is going to do.
Yeah, yeah. It don't even have to be your skill level.
Yeah. It's crazy. So last week I was on the phone and I took some time out to shit on my nephew, right? Just in a conversation of the fact that, and one of the things about my nephew was it just really, really bothered me that both my nephews had me as a resource and never listened to me. Do you know what I mean? I literally have people that pay thousands of dollars to talk to me. And my nephews were guys who could just call me on the phone. I just wanted to see them successful, and I wanted them to have a better situation. And they just wouldn't listen. And it really bothered me because I was almost offended by the fact that they wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah, it makes sense. Like, there's a lack of respect. But part of that is also probably their mom.
Oh, it's definitely their mom.
Right.
Definitely.
They were
It's
shitting
not
on
even
you.
part
They had
of
no
it.
respect for you.
And I mean, they respected me because when it was tight, when the shit was fucked up, they would ask but just not practicing. But I realized also that there was so much fear to do that. It was so paralyzing in terms of fear for them to do what I was asking them to do.
Yeah, but I had that. I went through the same thing, but eventually it became it got to a point where you go, I have to listen to this dude. I tried to, and when it worked, when things started working, I was more prone again to listen and go, okay, I don't know what I don't know.
Sometimes people don't have. I mean, I'm even saying that it's that ability to when you start going, well, I got there. Well, you could, and it's not always. It's not.
No, I get it, but there is a it's one thing to go there. I go back and forth on this, right? Because what you're saying is, people have that fear, but at the same.
No, I just don't want to interrupt your story. I just want to let you know we have 2 super chat questions whenever you're ready
let's
for
do
that.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll finish what you're saying.
No, I mean it's a back and forth because it's interesting. Like, how much do you chalk up to go? Well, they don't have that ability. Then you can give everybody an out and go, nobody has that. They don't, most of the people who don't follow what you say.
I don't think that you don't have to give them an out, but I just choose to remove myself from the situation. Instead of being angry at it, all you got to do, look, if somebody's throwing a punch at you, all you got to do, you only got to be an inch out of the way. You only got to slip. When you slip punches, it's that much. It's just that.
Well, let me say it this way, man. Did you ever directly ask them why they won't listen?
I knew why. They were afraid.
So let me just give you a story. Like, car buying is my thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I got a good friend that for years he goes, buys cars, doesn't know what he's doing. He gets destroyed. He gets raped. You know what I'm saying? Raped buying cars. But he will not ask me. And I took the same scenario. Like, I don't know what it is, whatever. And I just was like, whatever, get killed on a car. And then finally, years later, because we still friends, I asked him, like, listen, man, I'm expert at this. Why do you keep doing this over and over? And with real reluctancy, he revealed to me that he was embarrassed because of his lack of being able to do it, his fear and his whatever.
And didn't want you to know that he was embarrassed.
And then secondly, there was like a secondary thing. He was given this illusion of his credit being stronger, his financial situation being stronger, and he was hiding this stuff from me.
Okay.
And he would rather get killed. His pride would let him get killed on a car
than for you to know that
than for me to know. So,
and help him.
Then so I think depending how much you care about the person, I think it's still worth to push in. You're probably 100% right, but I think when you care about them, you try to have
Did you eventually help him with a car?
He didn't buy one yet. We had this conversation, but I think this time around, after giving that space where he could actually tell me what it is, he would probably let me.
How long y'all been friends?
Oh man, dude. 1998.
Okay, so what I would say to that is, okay, I mean, I'm here to help if you want to help, but if you don't want the help, you got to just like what you said was But how did y'all get to the conversation? Or you asked him?
Yeah,
why?
I asked him. Yeah, I asked him. Like I came to the same conclusion.
Just flat out asked him.
Because I was having the same feelings you were. It's like I was slighted. You know what I'm saying? I felt slighted. Like, why would this guy keep doing this? He knows I'm helping other friends.
Yeah.
You know, so I was just like, yo, look, instead of walking around with these feelings that I'm having about it in a negative way, I'm going to address it head on. You know, and I found out it was more to it, which made me say, all right, you know, maybe I should have went about that a little bit differently sooner.
No, I mean, it's nice that you actually confronted it, but I don't fault you for that.
Yeah. But
and what is it? What are we really talking about? Is exactly what it's fear. Mm-hmm. It's that imposter syndrome.
Well, it's not me faulting myself. It's me dealing with that resentful feeling. Right?
Okay, right.
Yeah, like I could have avoided that within myself. If once I started feeling that, I should have just.
Yeah, but what if he didn't tell you?
But still, if I tried, then my conscience is, I did what I needed to do.
Yeah, but I think you're missing the point that you confronted him and then he revealed it.
Yes.
But if you had confronted it and he didn't reveal it, you probably would still been slighted.
Yeah, definitely.
So what I'm saying is but I do think the key to that is you not taking
I think what you're saying is
it.
that it's a good thing that you asked him. He goes, but Dante's saying like an even better thing is to be able to wipe it away and not give a shit.
I don't know if not give a shit, but just understand that somebody just doesn't have the capacity to get past that. You're helping them. Doug, when I said I wanted a new car, you was like, blah, 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 and then you just start running shit, and I was like,
yeah.
All right. And you was like, well, what's your credit? I was like, well, my credit's pretty good. What do you want to? And I literally, Doug, we could have been a gay couple. The way I let him. I was like,
okay, you go over the numbers. I'm gonna make a sauce.
I was like,
I'm gonna start dinner.
I was like, you want 2 sugars in your coffee? But there's a certain level of confidence you have to have
to let go,
to just not expect to be good at everything and just be,
Nobody's
I'm quite
good
sure
at
if he's your
everything.
friend, he must be dope in other ways, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's crazy to think, and I see this all the time. And anytime I did a bunch of consultations this week, and and the first thing I have to tell them is, I don't expect you to be good.
Right.
I expect you to fuck it up. That's the point. The point is we're trying to get where you need to get. We're not trying to. I'm not trying to shame you. Your presentation of, and especially when I say fear. When it's fear, the guys, they trip. Yeah. But it is fear. It's fear of not being the person that I'm saying I am. It's fear of holding up a facade that I am something that I'm not. And you'll never get to where you need to. You'll never get to the point where you're proud of who you are until you acknowledge that there's a problem and you have the fear, and then you start to figure out what's the way in which you move forward. What's on your mind?
No, nothing. I was going to read the super
Well, you
chat.
got the
Dom, you want to read it?
The super chat on my channel or on
There's
Josh?
one of each.
Yeah, one on each.
All right, cool. Please subscribe and follow us on the
Oh, by the way, if we're doing
Man
plugs,
School.
Man School, yeah. Follow us on the Man School YouTube channel, and we were talking about the episodes with Outback Jack and Taxstone.
Combat Jack.
I'm sorry.
And
those are on our Patreon, patreon.com/manschool202. You could look both of those up. I believe it's 158 and 185, respectively.
Okay. All right.
Patreon.com/manschool202. That's where we post the classic episodes. So, anyway, we have super chats, Dom.
Yeah, we have Mr. Slideaway sent $5. He said, "Hey Dante, I tend to think of an old ex despite going so far as to care what she thinks of me still. Any advice would be helpful."
When he says, "I tend to think of her," that's that's kind of vague in that. Do you just think of her fondly, or do you, are you like, I want to get back with her? I still think that I think there is, people want to win at life. How should I put this? People want to win at life, but you don't never you don't want to win. You never win at life. You create, and you what's the word?
Try to get the most out of life.
Yeah, you have to live it. You're gonna fail and you're gonna make mistakes and stuff, but it's not about getting to the finish line. Because let's keep in mind, the finish line is death.
Right. Yeah.
That's the end.
We all lose.
We all lose in the end. Nobody
Father
gets.
Time is undefeated.
So what you want to do is direct your life in a way in which you have as much. You avoid as much pain, and you
create as much joy,
joy and happiness, and so that you have a fulfilling life to look back on when your time comes, and you can close your eyes and go, I mean, I don't want to go, but I feel like that right now. Like if I'm confronted with death tomorrow, I would go, I rode it till the wheels fell off.
Yeah.
I don't have to go, I wish I had such and such. I wish, there's always things, but there's always a perfection.
There's not major regrets.
None.
Right.
And I there's something that I say to that all the time is perfection is something that we pursue even though it is unattainable. Even though we know we'll never attain that, we still pursue it because pursuing it is really the point. And if we pursue it, the reason why perfection is unattainable because as you move closer to that line of perfection, it moves further away from you. Because as you move closer, you become more and more how should I put it? You become more and more aware, so you see more. So like I was saying that to you about your dad, is like the better you get as a person, the more you realize the insanity.
Sure, yeah.
And at first you're angry, and then you move past the anger, and then you go, oh, he's just
pathetic. You feel bad.
Yeah, he's just being what he's being. So if there's nothing wrong with thinking fondly about somebody, and if you feel like that's something you want to rekindle, then give it a shot. Just keep in mind there's a reason why you're not with her. I don't know if it's your fault or their fault, but and also if she's not down with it, then you move on and you find somebody else. This is about life is to experience, man. I always say life is like music. Just because it's gonna end doesn't mean you don't
enjoy it while it's happening.
You want to enjoy it. You gotta.
And also, if you can give us a little more clarity on what you mean by so far as to care, despite going so far as to care what she thinks of me still. So does that mean you don't give a fuck about what she thinks, or does that mean...
Or do you think, or are you trying to live up to her expectations, or what?
If you have some more clarity on that.
But if you're also, even when it comes to that, even if we don't get the clarity on that, if you're putting your best foot forward, then you have nothing to be ashamed of. You only feel the regrets when you're not doing everything when you're not doing everything you should be doing. Now, and you know what that is.
Yeah. What's the other super chat that we have there?
So we got $5 from RSX32.
Oh, and thanks for the cash app, bro. I appreciate it. Go ahead. Say it one more time.
He asked, what advice do you have for people who are down bad in life, like finances, job stress, and on the hub constantly to get out of a rut?
Pick a goal. What is the worst situation? Pick and focus on that, and then work at it every day. If it's job, like we were talking about jobs.
Yeah, last week we were talking about.
We're talking about that. It's like you want to
make that your biggest goal.
Yeah,
pursue
and that wake up in the morning,
resume after resume,
and start
after
working
resume.
on that.
Yeah,
start every day. If it's 15 resumes, then make it 30. If it ain't 30, it'll make it 60. Just keep ramping it up because everything crumbles under the pressure, man.
And when you put yourself out there, the more and more statistically you put yourself out there, amazing things happen because you just have to get connected to the right thing. But the only way to get connected to the right thing is constantly pushing yourself out there.
And you learn as you're pushing.
Sure.
You learn more. You learn mistakes that you made, and ask questions, man. Talk and speak up. Yeah. What you're talking about is that whole fear of not wanting to ask. I ask all the time. Big shout to Theo Wells. Thank you for the $10 on the app, and thank you for that cash for that the super chat. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. The line's up, right? Yeah. 513-202-NERO. But what I was saying about my nephew is like, so my nephew, I was shitting on him.
Sure.
And,
Last week, yeah.
Last week, and I got a text from him. He goes, "I'm not an idiot."
Oh, yeah, you called him an idiot, and it turns out he was watching.
He was listening.
And all right.
It's just crazy because he's just, you know what I'm saying? That how weird is that?
It's a little weird. He had full access to you, didn't listen, and then wants to literally listen.
He's listening to me on the internet, which is crazy.
Didn't take your advice, rather. He'd listen, but wouldn't take your advice.
But that was always the case. But the fear that people have is so paralyzing that you can't make a decision. I remember this. He was dating this chick, washing the dishes, and the chick hands was wet. You know, after you wash your hands, and she just dried her hands on the back of his sweater, and I was like, "What the like?"
You saw this?
I don't remember if I saw it or he told me.
Right.
But even if he told me if he told me it's worse, because he was aware of it. It wasn't like it happened and he didn't know. He was aware of it and he told me. And I was like, yo, why do you think so lowly of yourself that you would allow somebody to treat you that way? That's crazy to me. So, yeah, but I also been thinking about it in terms of just his inability, he had a mom who put so much fear. And so you're gonna get this. You're gonna get hit by a car. Don't go there. You're gonna get beat up. You're gonna get robbed. You're gonna get da-da-da. And then you get this you get this fear. It's like, I remember my sister used to always. And my sister would do dumb, like just dumb, no fucking. And she had a master's degree, teacher, great teacher too with young kids, but like
business skills and life skills are different. People treat it differently.
She was like, get that dog away from me. The dog don't bite. Oh, he got teeth, right? You know, it's just like that. And I remember her as a kid, and I was like, you're crazy because I loved animals, right?
Right.
And I remember my other sister, the one that I would bury head first in a hole, right?
Sure.
She had a Chihuahua, and the Chihuahua walked into the room, and he, like, he was at my mom's house. And there was a couch, and he jumped on the couch. Like, like Tom and Jerry, when you see the legs, and he jumped on the couch to get away from this Chihuahua. And I remember saying to him, do you know that you could field goal this dog 40 feet if you wanted to? There's nothing that this dog could do to you, but it's just... The fear was so prevalent because she spent so much time programming him into
to be afraid. Yeah,
that So, I was angry that he texted me, and then I was like, he's just in that place where he just is afraid, and probably a little afraid of me too, which is
I don't blame.
I don't blame him.
Because you definitely you go at him hard because he wouldn't listen.
Yeah, he probably never had tough love his entire life.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing too, right? Yeah, he was babied, and then you go to Dante. That's a 180. That's a cold. It's a ice bucket challenge right to the. To the face, and some people can handle that, and some people can't. I guess.
I just don't want you to waste time. Do you know what I mean?
Not you don't want your time wasted.
Yeah,
because it becomes aggravating. Yeah. Because now you're not seeking advice. Now you're just trauma dumping.
Yeah.
Now I got to listen to your stupid story, and I feel bad about my life, and you're not going to
do nothing about it.
I've had to do that in relationships where I go, hey, don't if you want me to help you, then I'll help you. But if you're just coming here to dump all the stories on me, I'm at my capacity. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, don't come at me and then get upset with me.
You can be in relationships like that.
I'm saying relationships.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
in relationships.
Yeah. Where people just, everything is Chicken Little.
You're not listening. I told you what to do. You're not listening. We got a call?
We got a call. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Kevin from Chicago. Can you hear me?
What's going on, Kev? I can hear you loud and clear. How can I help you, brother?
Okay, so I got a question, and I'll toss something in the Cash App if you give me an answer. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna give you an answer anyway, but I'd appreciate it if you do. So that's, that's not how we do it. But I appreciate you being credible enough to go. You help me, I'll help you. So that's dope. That's a dope. I like our relationship already, Kevin. But go ahead. How can I help you, bro?
So I met this bartender the other day. We were talking. I followed your, I guess, advice, and then called her, and then FaceTimed her before the date.
Mm-hmm.
The date went really well.
Okay.
Sex was crazy.
Oh, so you smashed on the first date?
Nice.
Good job.
All night long, yeah.
Good job.
Nice.
But
Uh-oh.
immediately afterwards, she starts getting super possessive, super jealous.
Okay.
And my intuition says to run, but maybe that's just inexperience. I don't know.
Okay.
How do you deal with something
All
like
right.
that?
So first thing is, you don't want somebody to like you. Don't be so dope. You know what I mean? Like you can't knock it out the frame all night long and then expect somebody not to like you. Do you understand what I'm saying? But what you do have to do is you have to make sure that you establish what your boundaries are. And if that means that you got to have a conversation about what those boundaries are, right? Then you got to have it. And if it means that it's going to end the relationship, then you got to end it, because if you stick it out and you don't speak up, right? It's going to turn out shit anyway. You got to help her to understand where she needs to stay in the pocket to keep getting that good from you. And if you're not clear about it, if you're not clear about what the pocket is, right, then how can she stay?
Yeah.
Make sense?
Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been on a lot of duds of dates recently, but it just works that way, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're dope and everything goes well, and especially if you're listening to this podcast, the simple fact that you called her and FaceTime with her and stuff, I mean, I say that all the time, but do you see how it gives you such a better profile to go on a date?
Yeah, definitely.
Because
you establish something going into it.
You establish something. There's a little more intimacy. Hopefully, if you ask
you've talked to them, they understand what your voice is. They know what you look like. So there's less of a stranger walking into a bar and more of somebody they know.
And you're supposedly, when you're talking to them or you're FaceTiming them, you're getting a feel of what they like and what they don't like. And so you're setting yourself up for a great date. If you got a chick and she's allergic to shellfish, and then the date you take her to get some fucking seafood, and then she ends up in the hospital with an epinephrine pin you know what I'm saying? That's not a good date.
Yeah.
Where you could take her to the burger shop, you could take her to get a burger, and the date would be great. So what you do is the reason why you ask these questions, and it's so you can have information on how you can maneuver the date, because this whole Harry's favorite word is chemistry.
Yeah.
Right? There is no such thing as chemistry. Chemistry is what your ability to read the room and to move in the directions that
not
make
a magical
random. It ain't a
magical
thing.
But to answer more to this guy's question, because those are the things he did great.
Yeah.
Right now, he's worried that she's too clingy.
Yeah.
Or something. Is she?
That's what I'm worried about.
What is she doing that's leading you to feel that way? What are the things she's doing?
Well, I kind of fucked up in one of it, and we were talking. I told her I've been with, more women in the past, and then maybe that made her jealous, and then she.
Yeah, but why do you think that's fucking up? You think that you made her feel insecure?
Yeah.
That's
and
not. Is it true?
She was going through my Instagram, saw that I follow like Instagram models, and she got jealous of that.
Is it true? I mean, have you smashed a lot of chicks that more than she would know or think, or that anybody would think? I mean, were you telling the truth?
Yeah.
Well, then you got to stand on the truth, bro.
Yeah.
Just because you just because you follow other people. See, we decide as a man. We decide who's special. Do you know what I mean? You decide who she can't. It doesn't matter who she thinks is better than her or not better than. If you don't think so, it don't matter.
So how do you fix that?
And like I've always had the motto that I don't ask questions I don't want answers to, but not everyone has that. So as far as honesty goes, if someone asks you a question like that,
I tell them.
You don't have to give them tell them.
I tell them.
Yeah, you tell them.
I tell them.
You should, man. You should always be forthcoming and present yourself the way that you are, and then let her adjust to you. See, what I hear in your voice right now is you're already trying to adjust to her emotions and her needs.
Yeah.
And that's a never-ending task. She's into you, man. She's into you. She's 100%. And you can tell she's into you because her insecurities is coming to the surface. So instead of masking yourself and becoming some sort of facade to manage her insecurities, just be yourself and affirm her. Affirm her where you're comfortable with affirming her. Because once you start morphing into, let me hide this or not say this or add this, that's too much work, man. Be exactly
And
who
then when you
are.
get caught, because it always ends up popping up, then you're a liar, and then you gotta fight her with the confines that you're a liar.
You know what's interesting about both of those answers? It's both of those answers are very important and correct. Like, number one, you don't want to be in a situation because, like what you said, it's a never-ending adjustment. And you're saying, if you tell the truth, if you don't tell the truth, it comes out anyway. But the other thing is, here's the other aspect, the other thing that I don't think you're considering. She likes you because you are who you are, right? And now you get ready to change into somebody who you're not, which you don't even know she's gonna like that person. There's a certain confidence that you have around women because you've been with attractive women and you've had sex with a lot of women. Yes.
Yeah.
And so.
And I've like, sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, go. Say what you're gonna say.
I've like self-sabotaged things in the past. It seems like that's kind of what she's doing for whatever maybe insecurity she has or whatever. You know?
Yeah, but you got to understand, why does she like you? She likes you because of your swag. She likes you because of your confidence. She likes you because you smashed, you knocked it out the box. and how did you learn how to knock it out the box? By sleeping with people with practice, right?
So Jay, you had that confidence going into the date with your sexual skills. You have to have that same confidence with the boundaries that you're going to set. Meaning, like, when she goes, "Hey, why do you like all these Instagram models?" You have to have the confidence to go, "Don't look at my page. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to like a bunch of different things. Don't worry about it. If that's a problem for you, you can leave."
Yeah.
You have to have that same boundary.
I told her when it came. When it came to that, I told her, I was like, I don't think it's any different than like your father having a Playboy. It doesn't mean he's a cheater.
Nah, dog. I don't even think you're making excuses for it.
That's too much, and you're not wrong, Jay, in that sense. That's a logical argument, but the problem is she's not there to have a logical argument.
It's not a logical problem.
It's an illogical issue that she's bringing up. Because the notion that you like Instagram models means that you're going to cheat on her is a ridiculous connection.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, you're coming at it with a good logic. That's perfect logic.
Yeah, if you're dating a dude.
Right. But that's not that's not going to appease her. What it's going to be, she just feels like you shouldn't do this. Okay, those are your rules. I'm not playing by those rules. You can, and if you don't like it, don't bring it up again. Stop looking at my Instagram.
Yeah, and listen, and if you don't want to be that harsh, because let's face it, that can be harsh.
Yeah.
You realize what the issue is. It's her insecurity.
Right.
So don't speak to the Instagram model. I would say something like, it don't matter who I follow and who I'm with. Get over here. Smack on that's a different approach because she just wants to feel confident.
Yeah.
She wants those women.
Tell her I like her and make her feel special.
Dude,
but I'm going to tell you, that's not going to make her more feel confident.
Yeah, but
it's nothing you're going to do.
That's not going to make her feel confident, but that could diffuse the issue in that moment. There's ways to go about it. You can say,
but I'm going to tell you, I don't I don't disagree with that, but I think that's just a Band-Aid. That's a Band-Aid on something, you know.
No, but I mean, like, make her feel special through the relation, build her confident in different.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you should just be doing that in general. You're not going to be able to control. You might find that you're not going to be able to control what her mentality is, because there's a lot of insecurity that comes either from other people cheating on her or having a dad that wasn't good and would fuck around and cheat. So you should just be doing your best to build a relationship with her that's, treating her well in general, with anyone, whether it's her or anybody else. But these little things you're gonna have to
shut it down.
Yeah.
I don't. If you allow that, if you gotta, I get what you're saying, Pun, because it diffuses it, but I don't want to diffuse it. I want to make a clear boundary, because not making the clear boundary always blows up in your face.
Because also, what Pun is saying is a good thing. It's a nice thing to say. But it also might create the environment where she understands that by bringing these problems up, one of the things that might happen is that she gets rewarded.
Attention. Yeah.
Right? She gets sexual attention. So now it's like, well, either I'm going to get the answer I want or sexual attention if I break his balls.
Right, or he's going to confirm that he likes me and stuff. Where'd you go? I'm not.
But the verbiage I respect. I like that.
Yeah.
Like, But
I think in a way it makes it so. And we're not talking about wrong, like, always when we talk about
strategy.
We're talking about master class.
Yeah.
But I realize it's setting, especially early on. I listen. I am not going to have discussions with you about my social media. You are in the flesh in my house. You are in my bed. I am not going to discuss all of this other stuff. I'm just not.
Yeah, but that's almost perfect, right?
Yeah,
Because you still affirmed her by saying you're here.
Yeah.
You're in my bed.
Right,
that's what I'm saying. It's that part.
Right.
Like when Harry presented it the first time, it was just, we're not going to talk about this. You know what I mean? And I'm like, there's some women, the insecurity, they need some sort of.
They need some explanation.
They need some. You can cut it down, but you got to give her something.
You got to say, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But and I'm going to tell you something else. What's interesting about this, and this is something that I haven't talked about a lot on the show. When the girl is more in love with you than you're in love with her, she's having the better time.
Facts.
Because it's a roller coaster to her. Like, when you go on a roller coaster, Jay, you go on a roller coaster. Why do people go on a roller coaster? Because in a way, it's about, I could die. This is a dangerous situation. The feeling is almost as if I could end up dying from this. Like, that's what the thrill is. Do you feel what I'm saying? Yeah.
I got a question, quick.
Yeah,
Do you still believe in the old Patrice O'Neill theory of that a man not supposed to, or can't love a woman the way a woman can love a man, or is that outdated?
I don't listen. I think you can love them, but I think you can't. I don't think you can. You can't love them in a way that you express weakness, and just because you love them doesn't mean that what your standards are and how you deal with them.
You can't have your love affect your morals and your principles.
Right, your standards of how you operate. You got to operate.
You can still love them, but you have to maintain the boundaries and the way you live your life.
The love that you have doesn't give them a license to be disrespectful. Does that make sense?
Amen. Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is, I don't even have a problem with what Harry said, and then she goes, well. And then, because she's not going to let that ride. She's going to say something.
No, she's going to come back again.
And then you got to go, look, you're here with me. I am not going to deal with this. I've chose you, and you're in my life. And I'm not going to go through this. Especially if you really want to see some ass, go on my Instagram, the Dante Nero. My story is littered with ass and titties.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's lit. I correlate ass and titties specifically for my fans to come. People check my fucking Instagram just to go. Let me see what he got up today. We have Harry and I have a friend of ours who does public relations for porn.
Lainey Spicer. Yeah, she's a PR representative.
Shout out to Lainey
for adult film stars.
And she goes, "Why is there so much ass and pussy on Dante's Instagram?"
Yeah.
She
texted me that.
She said,
"Why is his social media just ass and tits?" I go, "That's what he wants to. That's what he's enjoying."
So I look and I put it up, and I'm not gonna have nobody tell me why.
You had women do that, right? You've had women go,
"Why you liking her?"
Yeah,
I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. You in my house.
I told you to stay off my social media.
I'm not having, because I've done that. I've done that thing where we back and forth about the social media, and I'm trying to compromise to make it more comfortable. And it like you said, something that you said is just dope. Is just that adjustment it's never enough.
Never ending.
No, because there'll be more. Now what's the next thing? What's the next thing?
Then it's social media. Then it's this.
Until she has control of the relationship and she just gets disgusted
and then she don't like
leaves.
you. Then
It's
she don't like you
wild.
because. So I used to say this thing years ago. I haven't said it in a while. I say women fall in love with you for everything that you are. They spend the rest of the relationship trying to change you into everything that you're not. And if they succeed, they'll dump you for a guy who is what you were in the first place. You know, now, is it conscious? No. In her mind, this is real. This is a real gripe. You make me feel insecure about these women that you put on. Look, you're in my house. You eat my food. You sit your naked ass on my toilet. Like, you know, like, and if you don't want to do this, that's fine. I'm not changing this, you know? So I would say that about it. That makes sense?
I think, the big takeaway was have as much confidence in your boundaries as you have in everything else.
Especially, I mean, you got to understand, why did she met with you, went out on a date, and she liked who you are, that dude with the swagger. And then what is she doing? She's asking you to be less swaggerific. You know what I mean?
Because she wants you to stay.
Yeah.
She's trying to cut your legs off for you to stay.
And I'll tell you, you said this about Patrice. Patrice used to have a joke. He was like, he said the Me Too movement is like if you're in the ocean and all the salmon was saying, "Yo, these sharks trying to eat us."
The bears, grizzly bears.
No. This is the other one. The sharks are trying to eat us, and we you know, this has to stop. And then after they take all the they detooth all the sharks, the salmon are swimming around going, "This is boring."
Yeah.
Nobody's chasing us. Nobody, you know. So it is. Even if we say it, sometimes there's ways in which Patrice would act, but there was always. I mean, we've just crystallized everything down to the point. So yeah, you don't change who you are. You know, you don't change it, and that doesn't mean you can't be kind and giving.
Yeah.
But when you are kind and giving, if it's not appreciated, you stop it immediately.
And you got to ask yourself, am I really doing anything inappropriate? Am I cheating on her? Am I sexting with other women? Also, is this a relationship?
Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing you got to. Are we exclusive? Are we a couple?
Did we have that? We didn't even have that conversation. You had a date and a night of smashing. You know? But you also can't. You have to understand, if you don't want people to like you, stop being so dope. You know what I mean? And that honestly, and I'm being sarcastic about it, because that's not going to change. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I understand.
Yeah. All right, bro. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
We got another question in the chat over here that we might as well.
Hold on, I got a real quick. Big shout out to Chris. Thank you for the $5 on the Cash App. And Vivian, thank you also for the $10. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. It's funny. I just got an email from somebody on the Patreon who's their name. Their
username.
Their username is Stacy Diggs.
Oh yeah. Stacy Diggs has been on Instagram on Patreon for a while.
Let me see. You have a question?
I do have a question in the chat here.
Put the numbers up too.
This is the Man School, and again, follow the Man School YouTube page from Jason Singh. He writes, when spinning When spinning the plate of 4 different women, how do you plan the times to see them throughout the week? Okay, when you're balancing it out, you just have to find open schedule. When I was balancing a bunch of women on the roster, I never saw a bunch of them during the week. That was, you kind of want to stretch it out.
Also, I mean, you wanna, if you're gonna see multiple women, part of that is just like it's like having a pet. You gotta,
You gotta take care of all of them.
You got a puppy. You gotta walk it every day. You gotta feed it. You gotta walk it. And if you can't do that, then if you just gonna foster a cat for a little while, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But you have an obligation to that. And if you think there's no obligation, you have to deal with that. So you gotta do what's comfortable for it. And if you can't handle the obligation for it, then you gotta cut somebody off. That's what I mean. That's how you manage it. You gotta manage it and don't let it take away from you. We got a call. What's your name?
This is Man School.
Yo, this is it. What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from, family?
Yo, holy shit, what's good, bro? I didn't think I would get through, bro, the first time. Long time listener, bro.
What the deal? What's your name, bro?
Yo, I'm Mikey. I'm calling out of, like, the Capital District area, but I'm originally born and raised from the Bronx, bro, so you know how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do for you, Mikey?
Nah, bro, I'm long time listener, like I said. I really don't have a question. Usually I'm at work at this time. I got the cut from the job, and I always said that if I had the time to actually like call in, I'll just give it a shot, bro.
I appreciate you, bro.
To be that day.
I appreciate you calling in.
Let me ask you something, Mikey. How has the show helped you? What has it done for you?
I feel like I'm a little older. You know what I mean? So like, when guys be calling in to like try to like get advice on like how they could get buns and shit like that, I'm a little beyond that phase. Like not to toot my own horn.
That's fine.
But everything that Dante and everything that you dudes be talking about is like I already like get it. Like I have like older brothers. And shit.
Yeah.
I have an older brother that's 13 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sister that's 7 years older than me. And they always had, like, female friends, and they would come through. I'd be like, oh, like, little Mike, you're going to be my boyfriend when you get older. So I've been getting that my whole life or whatever, not to toot my own horn or whatever.
No.
I get it. But, like, everything that you say be on the point. And I feel like I'm almost like a graduate of Man School.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
You're out there.
I feel like I've heard it all.
Yeah.
But you said some shit today, bro, when you said they'll fall in love with you. For
what you are,
for who you are,
spend a relationship turning you into what you're not, and then dump you for a guy who is what you.
God damn, bro!
Yeah.
Like I thought I heard it all, and that right there was like, wow, bro! Like that's just, another thing. You know what I mean? Like that you just hit on the head.
No, that's the truth. It's unintentional. They don't even know they're doing it.
Yeah, and the other thing is that a lot of the stuff that the perspectives. When I'm talking about this stuff, there'll be something on in my head that I want you. Like I'm kind of like I'm a work in progress too. You know what I'm saying? So no matter how much whatever your number is, whatever, everybody falls off. Everybody gets got. There's always the moment where you're slipping, and what you want to do is be so aware of what's going on. Is that when you do slip. You don't slip and break your neck. Do you know what I mean? You can catch yourself.
Minor injuries.
And you slip. It's a little embarrassment, and then you pick up.
It's not catastrophic because everybody slips.
So not to cut you off, bro.
Nah.
So what I could say though, where I'm at this stage of my life, is that I'm a dad now.
Nice.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like. And me and my lady goes through that, the relationship or whatever, and I guess that's probably. I think that I could pat myself on the back. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not my baby mom. So I'm not married or anything like that.
Right.
Like I had a past life where, I lived a good life, bro. You should be a hooper, graduate. I'm black, kind of tall. You know what I'm saying? Athlete. Did my thing in the city, like, some of the clubs and, some of the things that you guys be talking about, I'm very familiar with. But now I live the life, I'm living upstate, it's much quieter and, I got babies. I got 2 twin boys.
Nice.
And, 18 months,
Oh, wow. You just fresh.
fresh, bro. I'm 41. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
a
yeah.
first time dad. You know, probably going to be my last two. You know, when life is good. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
like
dope,
I said,
man.
usually I'm at work at this time. You know, so I just wanted to call in. And
Let me
all I
say
got
something
this
real
time-
quick. The dynamic of having the kids is
Yep.
is
Twin
amazing.
boys.
That's a whole nother level. So whether or not you
Mm-hmm.
graduated or not, right now it's really more imperative to be for the point, because here's what happens as you become the vet and you think, like, first of all, if I'm still evaluating things that are in my head, do you know what I mean? Anybody can. Do you know what I mean? Or everybody should. So,
Right.
you know, I mean, Pun was getting paid 2 G's to smash Diddy's chick, and he's still learning stuff and still growing and still checking, you know, and the other thing is, what you got to understand, these twin boys, you don't even have a choice but not to practice ace now, because
Right.
you are the representation of what manhood is to your 2 boys.
Yeah.
So
you know what's crazy, bro, is that, like, you know, my whole life I went with, you know, like I said, I have an older brother, older sister that, you know, had kids and went through, like, the whole, like, baby mama drama. Like,
Yeah.
the one thing that, like, probably scared me throughout my whole life of, like, having all different types of women was, like, getting the wrong one pregnant, you know what I'm saying? And going through that whole situation, you know what I'm saying? And to a point that where I met the women who I love, that I'm like, yo, I want to procreate with, I realized that it wasn't as easy as, like, yo, just shoot up the club and shit that. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
also
having kids was a choice. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, I just slipped up. It was something that we really wanted. So for me to put, you know, like, the lifestyle that I was, you know, familiar with or whatever, just because I wanted to be a dad. Like, I don't want to be like no man, but I aspire to be like men, especially guys that I grew up with, because a lot of us didn't have our dad.
Oh, absolutely.
But the men that I grew up around with are excellent fathers. Now, relationship-wise, that's on them or whatever.
Yeah.
But what they do for their kids, I look at that.
Yeah,
like,
but you got to understand
that's something that I want.
what you do in your relationship, the way that you maintain your respect as a man and stuff is a direct. Understand something. Your kids they're not listening to you. I mean, they listening in some sense, but they're watching you. So the way that you move is the way that they learn. That's how they learn how to move. So you don't even have a choice no more. I mean, if you think you have a choice, you fucking up with your kids. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you got to be righteous to the point, because the model in which that they mimic is going to be you. You are the epitome of manhood to them. And
absolutely.
And if you fall short in any way, they're gonna pick that up. You feel me?
Nah, like that's the beginning of everything, bro. That's my whole life is them boys and shit like that.
I get it.
And like you said, bro, I heard y'all talking about the cars, whatever. I grew up on bikes, whatever. So, you know what I mean? If you ever want to race and shit like that. But you're right. Like you say, loving motorcycles already. And it's like, like, you know. Like,
I don't race.
You're too old, man. What are you going to race? Wheelchairs? What's going on here? Everybody here is.
I don't race, but I do. I still push a Ducati Diavel S. So, you know, but but I ain't racing.
I grew up on the Jets, but living upstate or whatever, you know, at the age that I am now, I'm trying to transform over to like the Harleys.
Now, let me tell you something. I had I had the 1999 Hayabusa, the fastest production bike.
Okay.
Yeah, and the 99 was the first year that it came out. So I was.
My first bike was a 98 Gixxer. It was a 600, but you know, it was the beginning.
Mine was that. You remember the first year that 1300 came out?
Absolutely. How can I forget?
And they put the governor on it, because I've done 196 on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay,
it's crazy.
I topped off at 176.
Yeah.
I had a Mad Malad and 1000 Jig. So
I remember that.
I could have clicked it up to 6 and probably clicked it up to about like a good 197. So I get it, but
but I ain't doing that no more. You got them boys now. You can't take a fall at 176 now. You You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm an advocate. People always go, yo, I'm gonna get rid of my body. I don't. You gotta live. I'm just saying, just don't be. There's a way to live
You know what?
responsibly.
And the reason why I moved up to this area, even though I told myself I went to college up here and hooped up here.
Where'd
but
you
I
go?
told myself
Where'd you go to college?
The College of St. Rose, rest in peace.
Okay.
Yeah, it closed down like 2 years ago. Small private school, but it felt like home. It's been around for over 100 years.
You grew up in where'd you grow up in the city?
In the Bronx.
Okay.
Soundview to be exact.
Did you ever play in the Soul in the Hole?
I'm not sure Soul in the Hole, but like West 4th,
Okay.
Hoops and the Sun, Dykeman, Watson is my hood.
My pops used to run the Nero tournament at Ebbets Field and at Wingate Park back in the days.
Where's that, in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, growing up, when you're from the Bronx, Brooklyn is a whole nother world. Y'all probably rob us and shit like that, bro. So, yeah, I'm good. You know how you Brooklyn niggas
I
live it
feel
up.
you. I feel you. Yo, I appreciate you calling, dog. I mean, good luck with your boys, bro.
Definitely, like I said, bro, like this was just like a pure, admiration for all you guys, bro.
Thank you, man.
I've always listened. Like I said, usually I'm at work, so I really can't call in or anything like that.
I appreciate you, bro. Well, we usually do this Tuesday at 8:00 from 8 to 10.
Oh, I know.
And sometimes I do Sunday night. I didn't do last Sunday because I was doing spots. But usually we'll do Sunday too. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll leave it at this too. Like I used to do social work as well, whatever. And I still do I do Uber on my board time up here. So I'm a full-time worker at UPS.
Nice.
Whatever.
Nice. Okay.
And remember when back in the day, Biggie Smalls says, "Don't be mad, UPS is hiring."
Yeah,
you should have been the cop. Growing up, I was 9 years old when I came out, and I thought working at UPS was like working at McDonald's or something, bro. Growing up, we ain't
until you find out it's 100,000 plus, right? So,
bro, these jokes to the back. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I came up here was because I got into a motorcycle accident, and the way how my life just fully transformed, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, just take care of them boys, man, and then hopefully when they start sniffing pussy around you can put them onto the podcast. Hopefully I'll still be doing it.
And just having them, imagine taking twin boys, handsome boys to the park, bro. I'll be chilling.
It's dope.
You know what I mean? That's just another way to get. But I'm chilling. I don't get chicks anymore.
Yeah.
I'm smiling.
I apprate you, bro.
Thank
you, family.
Thank you, bro. You guys have a good one, man. Thank you for the call, man.
All right, later,
anytime,
Ken.
Mikey.
Peace.
I got 2 calls that came in from the Patreon. Ahmed Aninjad.
They came in from the Patreon?
Yeah. My wife recently got a new job with pay similar to mine. How do I negotiate finances with her and decide how much or what she should help with? Do you think that the man should pay for everything? And is there any issue with letting her pay for stuff? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. There's no issue.
There's no issue. Yeah. There's no issue. If you're going to be a team and she wants to be, and she's going to be part of your team, she should contribute. This is your wife. So
if you guys want to build something together, you got to discuss those goals, what you want to do together.
So what's she going to do? Just have a comparable pay to you and just do nails and toes?
I don't know if you listen to Akash Singh's wife. I forget what her name was. But her money is her money.
Yeah.
And his
money is her money. Is her money. Doug, if you got
some mentality out there like that.
Yeah, and it's crazy that somebody would think that they don't, that they shouldn't have to contribute. So that's ridiculous. If
that's not our guy Ahmed from.
I believe it is
from. What is it? Qatar.
From Dubai.
Is it Dubai or Qatar?
I'm not sure.
Whatever. It's all the same hibbity jibbity. A Durka land. Whatever.
I got one more too.
But you need to sit down and have a conversation. What are your goals? And then you have to start going, okay, if we're saving for a house, then we have to open an account and do that and save. And then we have to have a budget for this, this, and this, if that's what we want to do together, because otherwise it becomes chaotic and then people get resentful.
Yeah, and understand something. You want people to have an investment in your relationship as well. Yeah, and if she can just fly by night, come through and let you, give you some butt and keep it moving, it's like I don't know how she, how is she contributing to the whole thing?
Because the expectations of what you're going to do are going to be there.
Yeah.
What she wants is going to be listed because women will tell you what they want.
They don't never.
I want to
not-
go to the
yeah.
Airbnb. I want to do this. I
Yeah.
want a house. I want a vacation. And so when you don't split those responsibilities or at least have that discussion, then it becomes you just frivolously spending.
And you get to decide. Y'all have to have a conversation, and y'all get to decide how that works out.
Yeah.
Let me get this. Stacy Diggs says, I don't know what it is, but I have been getting some sob stories from my dates after the first date. How they need money for doctors, appointments, food. I don't know how. I don't know how I give off this energy.
Listen, you got to stop picking chicks up at this outside the schoolhouse. You got to at the playground,
at the shelter.
It sounds like you're. Yeah, it sounds like it's the women that you're picking. I think I would.
But
think.
it has it. Wait, let me finish. But it has. It's been exhausting. Is there any way to continue any of these relationships without sending money, and an emphasis after a successful first? Listen, if you got a bunch of bum bitches that are trying to milk you for money and they just met you and you had a good date, then they're trying to get money. I'm going to tell you, if somebody and Punisher will apply, them chicks that like you, they trying to give you money. They trying to buy you stuff. They want to do stuff for you.
Yeah.
They want to, this is whether it's a good date or not, she sees you as a paycheck. And what you do is when they bring that to you and say, listen, I just met you and I am not willing to take on your financial burden, any financial burden. What was you doing when I wasn't here?
I don't want to be treated like an ATM. This seems like a very financial relationship.
And I'll decide what I want to give, what I don't want to get, and
if I feel generous,
and if I feel generous, I'll do that. And if this relationship is if this is simply based on, my monetary, whatever monetary gain you can get, we
I'll
could
go
just
out and get a prostitute.
We can end this yesterday.
Transactional.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
I'll just get a hooker and go to TGI Fridays.
To Five Guys.
Yeah.
You feed the hookers?
That's really more for me. It's really I'm hungry, but it's kind of rude. You know what I mean? It's kind of rude. You can't just eat appetizers while the hooker sits there with a glass of soda.
She's like, damn, you going to eat all them fries?
Stomach growling. You're like, all right.
Yeah, look, let me get a small fry and a little bacon cheeseburger.
Listen, I eat everywhere I go. It's part of the meal. That's what it has to be.
Well, I hope you ain't eating the wrong part of the hooker. I eat everywhere.
I will. I eat everything. Punisher, I eat everything.
Okay,
it's a sin. It's a sin to waste food or hookers.
Exactly.
It's a sin.
Delicious.
The way I grew up, you used every part. I'm like the Native Americans. I use every part.
The tutor to the rooter. I eat the pig snout.
Man, got chicken feet.
Yeah. I've never done the chicken feet or the pig's knuckles or the pig snout.
You faggot.
Where am I gonna do where? It's not like it's on a menu. It's not even like they have that at a black barbecue.
You ever
anymore,
had turkey necks?
Not to my recollection, no.
And you ate turkey too. You would love some
don't
turkey
like
necks.
turkey.
What about the gizzards? Chicken gizzards?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Yeah, you had at my house, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, remember that gravy my mom made?
Oh, then that's
the
got
chicken
gizzard in it, but I don't, just.
Yeah, the chicken gizzards. That's how you make the gravy.
No, that was good. Yeah.
My mom used to make a gravy you could put on a dead dog, bro.
Yeah, it was good gravy. I remember that gravy was good. Or a live hooker.
My mom's gravy, you put it on the sweet potato and the mac and cheese, the string beans. You just poured it over just kill it, boy. Damn, I missed that fucking gravy. My sister cooks like her, though. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not worth that relationship.
No, Regina, the younger one, I fucking eat her food. But I just don't go there as much as I should. I should have been there for Thanksgiving. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, don't let nobody make you an ATM machine, bro. If you just met them and they trying to get you money, that's a big red flag. You want somebody who has her life together, has her life together and she wants it. Because I don't know. I mean, look, I've never had a chick who didn't want to do things for me. And if she didn't want to do things for me, then I wasn't fucking with her. Because she should want, at the base level, she should want to make you happy. Put the number up, Dom. Let's see if we can get one more call in. And then we get out of here. What you was going to say? Huh?
No, I wonder what his dynamic is, because my pops goes through that.
Really?
Yeah, but my pops is 70, retired, everything's on point, but he
fucking with young girls?
Yeah,
that's
so I
right.
wonder if it's like an entitlement when you grab a girl younger.
They think that you could.
You're supposed to sustain them.
Yeah.
So I wonder what his dynamic is. If there's a range with who's he dating.
Now, if your dad, if he can get like, how old is your dad?
70.
Yeah. So if he get 3 60-year-olds that could pay his rent.
Yeah.
Because when they get older, they be just lonely.
Yeah. But my dad going for 45.
He's trying to get it in.
Trying to get him young.
What you doing there, gal? God damn it! Come here, one second right here. Like, so there's this sugar daddy thing that they think is going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. My dad just trying to shake them off.
What's going on, gal? Give me some of that. God damn it!
He's just trying to
Did
hit
your
and
dad say,
quit
God
it.
damn it?
Nah. He a little cooler than that.
He cooler. You don't say, God damn it. We got a call. Let's go. What's your name? Where you calling from, family?
Hey, man, it's Pa. I'm actually calling from Salt Lake, man.
What's going on, bro? It's the first time I don't think we ever got a call from Salt Lake, but thanks for calling. How can I help you, family?
To be honest, man, I'm actually just piggybacking off the last dude, man. I just wanted to call and salute. You know what I mean? I settled down too, got kids, got a lady now, but I just wanted to salute you. I was watching the show.
I appreciate
I think
you.
about 2 weeks back, you were talking to the Indian dude, you and Pun.
Oh yeah.
And I just like what you do. I just like what you're doing, man. And you guys are spreading the good word, man, helping out folks.
We trying, man. We trying because this internet went through a period of time where that red pill shit was just fucking dudes up. It was simp ass dudes just fucking Myron and all them and fucking Fresh and Fit and all these, and even Kevin Samuels. I mean, no, I shouldn't say that because Kevin Samuels said some stuff that was valid.
Yeah,
but
he was spitting a little bit.
But a lot of it was like, stop, nigga, stop.
Yeah.
You stop. Go ahead.
You're a real player. Now you're a real player, man. I like the stories, even with that lady that you had with the, you had your stepdaughter situation. I just like how you approach things, man. Nothing's emotional. Even though you knew there was some some wild stuff going on, you still kept it cool. You were calculated. I just, you know what I mean? So just those stories, even though from my perspective, you're not, again, I'm settled down. There's a lot of,
don't forget the game don't stop.
The game don't stop.
The game don't stop.
Man.
In fact, it's more difficult when you love them and you got kids with them and you got something at stake. It's really hard to hold the line,
Yeah.
Because
I'm sorry. Keep going.
No, because you now you have something at stake, and because you got something at stake, it's you tend to be a little more lenient about stuff. You don't hold the line as quickly, So I mean,
like it, man. I like it. Then I really respect, because I guess a lot of things you can learn. I said, man, Dante really, of the wild stories we heard, and I've been tuning in for a while. Not only what you got going on, but you and God too on the pod. I mean, you really, you really spit a lot of game.
Have you subscribed to my channel as well?
Man, I thought I was subscribed. I just subscribed. That's why I got, that's why I got linked up with a number. But I'm
and then make sure you hit the bell. Like when you subscribe, it asks you for the bell. And click in all, and anytime we go live, you'll be able to you'll know that we
you get the notification.
Yeah, you get the notification when
I'm one of your supporters, and I will
appreciate
do that for you as soon as we get off this line. Again, I don't want to hold you because I want somebody else to jump in, but I just really wanted to hop in and say I appreciate what you guys do. Even if I'm not taken from the perspective of going to pick up a young lady or having.
Well, it's all the same thing, man.
Stories, man.
It's all the same thing. I mean, I've had guys call me up for job advice. You know what I mean? Because the nature of relationships and stuff is all the same. There's always a power dynamic. There's always the boundaries of where you're gonna go and whatnot, and so the same principles apply. Yeah, we absolutely talk about it in the context of relationships, but it's all the same principles are necessary. You know.
Yeah. Now, two more things.
Sure.
I want to shout out to the dude too. You know, your white friend with you. You know, he's a real one too. I like.
He's not a white dude.
I'm not white, but that's all right. I understand that mistake.
He's not a white.
I apologize. He's a real player too. You know what I mean? I like the way you guys handled the Akash situation on your guys' pod too. I like that conversation.
Oh, what, the Akash thing?
Yeah. The Akash thing. That was really cool, man. I like the dynamic you guys going on. You know, it was it was not there's not chatty patty. It was a very mellow. You guys were in the middle.
Well, I'm friends. Like he's an acquaintance of mine, and I'm friends with him.
Yeah, we've known him for years.
And the other thing is, I see the pain, and I know the pain that he's going through. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Right.
You can imagine. You know what it's like. It's like you got you at school, and you got a bully. And the bully is just taking your milk money every day, stuffing you in the locker.
That's what most relationships are like.
And then you're everybody's watching it. Everybody,
everyone in the schoolyard's watching you get.
Everybody's
punked.
watching you get stuck in the locker and getting wedgies and shit like that, and you don't even have the ability to stand up and go, no, fuck this. I'm not letting this happen.
You know, most of these celebrity ones, we handle with a lot of empathy. We're not out there just shitting on people, with the rare exception of, like, if you're a douchebag who is like one of those red pill dudes and you're preaching about this game.
Even then, if they're caught, it's like we still feel like
a little bit, but definitely if you talk about people simping and then it turns out you're a sugar daddy or you're on sugar daddy sites, and you're dealing with white supremacists, then we're less. But for the most part, even Will Smith, we have empathy for Will Smith.
That's as miserable as the Akash, maybe more miserable than the Akash.
I think it's worse. Yeah.
And
I think that's what. That's why I had to. That's why I had to bring that up, because you guys weren't biased. You kept it level. I said, okay, I can appreciate that. That's a homeboy, but yet they still get the reality.
But and the other thing, that goes to Ace. That goes to the authenticity of it. I'm not gonna lie, that's my man, but there's no way that relationship ends up good. It's just no way.
Right.
They might stay together, but
he has to leave if he's going to have any. But he's not gonna.
He's not going to,
because he has no pathway to do so because of the
That's
fact.
what I'm saying.
He has no. He doesn't even have a like where he has some numbers on the board where he could say,
That's exactly where I was taking it, Dante. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah,
I agree.
He has no idea. Like he's in the forest trying to start a fire with wet wood, dog. It ain't. He gonna get hypothermia. He gonna die in that. You know what I mean?
No, that's real.
But
bless him. And my last thing, Dante, you're the reason why I Google everything, even to the littlest thing. You know how it could be, I don't even know. You said a long time ago, but I be doing it. I'm like, all right, what's the definition of this? But you're the reason for that. So I appreciate you always being knowledgeable, man. You got a lot to say.
Well, here's the thing, man. If you're stupid now, you're intentionally stupid. You want to be, because it's everything.
Everything is available.
It's at your fingertips.
So and their ChatGPT, everything, man.
Yeah, man. And then the problem is and then when you start to see it, when you really open you're like, wow, like.
And by the way, bro, you got to double check that ChatGPT. You got to double check that Google
AI,
because they put out some frivolous shit out there.
You got to triple check.
Yeah.
And also, hey, I know Pun's been quiet, man, but Punisher, man, my man was on the world stage, man, and kept it real. I'm proud of you. I'm one of those people that say I'm proud of him. I like the way he handled himself, man, and it could have got messy, but dude was just a real player, man, true gentleman. So, again,
Pun's a good dude.
I appreciate those little things and those qualities and those characteristics from people. So I just really want to salute all three.
Thanks,
I hope
man.
you guys have, the best night, man. So
I appreciate you, family.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah.
All right.
Big shout to Darren Warren and my frat brother. Sent me $20 on Apple Pay. Harry, good talk.
Well, if you like what we do on the show, please sign up for the Patreon. Patreon.com/manschool202. That's where we do bonus content. We do, we answer all the listener questions and also all the old episodes from Beige Phillip starting at episode 1. We post them on patreon.com/manschool202. And if you like what I do, please follow my YouTube channel at Harry Turjanian, all of my social media channels at Harry Turjanian. And I do a little thing called Harry Has ADHD. It's a lot of fun. Pun?
Yeah, just follow me on Instagram at Get Punished. I got some things coming up, and obviously my book's always out there. It's my life story centered around correcting my sexual issues. In Search of Freezer Meat. It's on Amazon.
Y'all know how to get me. Everything, just Google me, Dante Nero. There's the Dante Nero 1, and whatever it is. Follow me on everything, please. My Instagram is growing fun, and my YouTube page is growing, so I'm feeling good about that. Don't forget to sign up for the Patreon. Don't forget to like and subscribe if y'all like what we're doing and you want to, get notified when you hit that bell. Also, consultations at DanteNero.com. Click on consult if you need me. We can, whatever it is, we can fix it, man, or we can at least put you in a position where you can feel good and confident about your life, man. It's ain't no harm in, right? Ain't no harm in asking for help, baby. We as men, we gotta stop.
Don't waste your time. Just ask for help.
Ask for help. And somebody could tell you, it's right around the corner. You know what I mean?
And then you can get on to stuff or you can get on to helping somebody else.
That's absolutely. GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, What Would Dante Do? The Sexual Revolution is being podcasted. Yo, love y'all, man. Peace.
Man School 202. Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.